Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches: Toronto Maple Leafs versus Montreal Canadiens and Minnesota Wild versus Vegas Golden Knights, which are happening on Saturday, May 22, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. Now I'm going to start off by talking about Montreal Canadiens versus Toronto Maple Leafs match. Montreal earned a tough win in the opening game of the series, but one has to wonder if they can channel that kind of physicality again. The Canadiens now are on the road as they try to take a 2-0 series lead before heading home for games 3 and 4 Monday and Tuesday. Montreal stands 12th in the league in offensive production during the postseason with 2 goals per game on the season. Offense was mediocre this season for Montreal. They did not perform well in the first game of the series, even though they did win Game 1. The Habs ended the season ranking 17th in goals per game and 7th in shots per game. Jeff Petrie was tied for 3rd among defensemen in the league with 12 goals this season. Tyler Toffoli was 7th in goals in the NHL this year. Defense and goaltending struggled at the end of the season, but Carey Price was terrific in the first game of the series. Price stopped 35 out of 36 shots faced in Game 1 against a high-powered Leafs offense. The Habs ended the season ranking 18th in goals against per game and 6th in shots against per game. Carey Price had a record of 12.75 with a 2.64 GAA and a .901 SV% this season. Jake Allen had a record of 11.12.5 with a 2.68 GAA and a .907 SV% this season. The Canadiens are tied for first in goals against as they allow an average of 1 goal per contest. Montreal is tied for 11th in power play success by cashing in 0% of their chances with a man advantage on the year. The Canadiens are tied for first in penalty killing during the postseason by successfully getting through 100% of their shorthanded situations this season. Toronto comfortably won the North Division title, but they had their struggles offensively in the opening game of this set, which cost them the game. The Maple Leafs look to regroup here and even things up despite losing captain John Tavares, who caught a knee to the head after falling to the ice following a check. He has been diagnosed with a concussion and is out indefinitely. Toronto stands tied for 14th in the league in offensive production during the postseason with 2 goals per game on the season. While Montreal won the opener, it's safe to say that Toronto was a little shaken up after the Tavares injury, which looked bad on replays. The Canadiens are going to be hard-pressed to own a 55-27 advantage in hits like they did in Game 1. It's hard to slow down Toronto with regularity, as the Maple Leafs scored at least 3 goals in 7 of the 10 regular season meetings with Montreal. If nothing else, Toronto is bound to get some better luck when it comes to scoring, as they fired 36 shots on goal and came away with only 1 goal. The Maple Leafs were solid in their own end of the ice, and the winning goal was a fluke chip shot while Byron was sliding across the ice. The Maple Leafs are tied for 5th in goals against as they allow an average of 1 goal per contest. Toronto is tied for 11th in power play success by cashing in 0% of their chances with a man advantage on the year. The Maple Leafs are tied for first in penalty killing during the postseason by successfully getting through 100% of their shorthanded situations this season. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Toronto Maple Leafs. Josh Anderson opened the scoring for Montreal with just over 8 minutes to go in the opening period, but William Nylander would get Toronto back on level terms at the 4:28 mark of the second period. Defense and goaltending have been a strong point as well for the Leafs this season and was solid in the first game of the playoffs. Jack Campbell gave up only 2 goals on 30 shots faced, but it wasn't enough as the Leafs struggled on offense. The Leafs ended the season ranking 7th in goals against per game and 5th in shots against per game. Jack Campbell had a record of 17-3-2 with a 2.15 GAA and a .921 SV% this season. He ranked 6th in GAA and 8th in SV%. Frederik Andersen had a record of 13-8-3 with a 2.96 GAA and a .895 SV% this season. The 1-1 tie would hold for the rest of the second and into the third before Paul Byron scored with Montreal shorthanded to give the Canadiens a 2-1 lead that they would not relinquish the rest of the way despite pressure from Toronto down the stretch. My second betting advice for that game is to pick under 5.5. Jeff Carter scored twice. Chris Letang had a goal and 2 assists, and Jason Zucker also scored for the Penguins. Tristan Jarry gave up 4 tough goals but managed to shut the door late with 26 saves. Goalie Tristan Jarry stopped 26 shots on Thursday to take his total for the current postseason to 2-1 with a 2.75 GAA and a .917 save percentage. He has registered a 2-2 career record in 4 previous playoff appearances with a 2.35 GAA and a .923 save percentage, and was 8-1-0 against the Islanders in past encounters prior to the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs, with a 2.12 GAA and a .925 save percentage. The Penguins are netting the 6th highest amount of goals per game during the current postseason, 3.33, while allowing the 7th highest quantity on the defensive end, 3.00. The team is tied 7th with the Isles in both power play, 14.3%, and penalty kill, 85.7%. The New York Islanders, 1-2, were outmuscled for the second consecutive time in their Stanley Cup first-round matchup against the Pittsburgh Penguins after dropping a 5-4 decision at Nassau Coliseum on Thursday. The Isles, who beat the Pens 4-3 in overtime in Game 1 before losing 2-1 in Game 2, both in Pittsburgh, killed just one of their 2 penalties, but outshot the visitors 30-27, went 1-for-4 with a man advantage and tied the game on 3 separate occasions before allowing the winning snipe at 16:24 of the third period. The Penguins have triumphed in 8 of their last 10 travels and have beaten the Islanders on 8 of the past 10 overall occasions. Still, due back New York to even their current first-round head-to-head series on Saturday, the Isles finished the regular season as the 3rd best home team in the whole league, 21-4-3, and now have an extra boost of just under 7,000 fans at Nassau Coliseum. New York's previous outing against Pittsburgh on Thursday also didn't portray the visitors as all-out favorites, as the Isles actually outshot the Pens 30-27 and went neck and neck versus Pittsburgh, tying the game on 3 separate occasions. Cal Clutterbuck, 2 goals, 2 points this postseason, netted twice, with Scott Mayfield, 1 goal, 4 points, and Anthony Beauvillier, 1 goal, 2 points, also on the scoresheet. New York trailed 3-1 after 2 periods. The Isles pulled within 1 early in the third. Casey Cizikas got the puck on the right side after Mayfield fired a shot from the right point, and he slid it over to Clutterbuck, who quickly put it in from the left side at 3:46. With 3:02 remaining, Brock Nelson had a chance at an open after Tristan Jarry knocked Beauvillier's shot away, but Sidney Crosby made a diving stab at Nelson's potential tying shot, causing it to fly above the crossbar and keeping Pittsburgh ahead. The Islanders enter Game 4 at home trying to avoid a 3-1 hole. My betting advice for that game is to pick New York Islanders. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.